The trilogy fight we did not see coming. Brandon Moreno, who has 19 wins and 5 losses professionally, will defend his first title against Deiveson Figueiredo, who holds a professional record of 20 wins, 2 losses. Ryan Hall and Darrick Minner have verbally agreed to meet at UFC 269. The 36-year-old Hall, who has 8 wins and 2 losses in MMA and 4 wins and 1 loss in the UFC, will look to bounce back against Minner, who has 26 wins and 12 losses in his professional career, with 2 wins and 2 losses in the UFC. The venue has not been decided yet. This women's bantamweight fight features Shayna DeShanimal Young, who holds the record of 7 wins, 3 losses, and Stephanie Egger, who holds the record of 5 wins, 2 losses. Daniel Santos vs Marcelo Rojo is taking place at UFC Fight Night on October 16th. Daniel Santos, who hails from Brazil, has a professional record of 10 wins and 1 loss, and the Argentinian Marcelo Rojo holds a record of 16 wins, 7 losses. The 2 fights announced for October 23rd will feature Jonathan Martinez vs Aaron Phillips. After Chris Motino injury, Jonathan Martinez, with 13 wins and 4 losses, stepped in to take the fight against Aaron Phillips, who has a record of 12 wins, 4 losses professionally, but has no wins in the UFC with 3 losses so far. The second fight announced on this card will have Tabitha vs Maria Oliveira. Both Brazilian fighters will go head-to-head, featuring Tabitha with 5 wins, 1 loss, and Maria Oliveira with a record of 12 wins, 4 losses. The middleweight bout will feature the debutant Albert Duraev from Russia and will go head-to-head with the Italian Alessio Di Chirico. Albert Duraev, who is new to the UFC and holds a record of 14 wins, 3 losses professionally, is up against the more experienced Alessio Di Chirico, who holds a record of 13 wins, 6 losses. CJ Faragara vs O'Day Osborne is one of the most exciting flyweight bouts that will take place in Madison Square Garden on November 6th. CJ Faragara holds a professional record of 9 wins, 2 losses, while O'Day Osborne holds a record of 9 wins, 4 losses. Signed by the UFC after submitting previously unbeaten Nasruddinov earlier this week at Dana White's Contender Series, Maladino is set to make his UFC debut on November 13th opposite fellow Brazilian light heavyweight Danilo Marques. Almeida, who has 14 wins and 2 losses, will try to impress with his Khabib-like style, going against Danilo Marques, who has 11 wins and 3 losses. The main card at UFC Apex will have Adrien Yanez, who has a professional record of 14 wins, 3 losses, and is unbeaten in the UFC with 3 wins, 0 losses. He will go up against Davy Grant, who has 14 wins and 3 losses, while 4 wins and 3 losses in the UFC. Davy Grant, who was on a 3-fight winning streak, has recently lost to Marlon Vera in June. This middleweight main card is between Brad Tavares, who has 19 wins and 6 losses professionally, and has 14 wins and 6 losses in the MMA. He will go head-to-head with Brandon Allen with 17 wins and 4 losses, and he has 5 wins and 1 loss so far in the UFC. The fight will take place at UFC Apex in Las Vegas. Another fight announced on this card will feature a Senchal, who has 27 wins and 8 losses in MMA. He has 14 wins and 7 losses in the UFC. Ricky Simon, who has a professional record of 18 wins and 3 losses with 6 wins and 2 losses at UFC. UFC Fight Night on December 18th will have another fight featuring Gerald Marshall, who has 33 wins professionally with 14 losses, going against Abusufyan Magomedov, who has a professional record of 24 wins and 4 losses.